special gal here named Julia Ulariaf, and we call her, I keep on saying it wrong, but she introduced herself to me as Jules. Raise your hand here if she introduced herself to you as Jules. See, I see that hand. I see the hand. This is Jules, so everybody say hi, Jules. So she's going to be sharing for like 5 minutes, and it's going to be powerful. So, hey, thanks for sharing. She's our media party counselor. So if you like the way Momentum looks and feels, let's give it up for Julia. Yeah, you can. So let's give her a round of applause, and then she'll begin to speak, and you can say whatever you want.
Well, I'd like to give credit to my team, too, because they help me out a lot. Hi, everybody. I'm Jules. Not Julia anymore, I guess. So, my mom, Jean, is God throws the best parties, and we party for life. So, I don't know how many of you have been to the awkward party. I remember before I was saved, my friends would have to drag me to these parties where I didn't know no one, and no one would introduce themselves to me. No one would come up to me, no one would say hi, and I almost felt like there's this whole celebration going on, and I was excluded from it because no one introduced themselves to me. It was always so awkward too. And if you know me, like, I don't do good in awkward. It's not there. So God does throw the best parties, and here at Momentum we do party for life. And there's a parable in Luke chapter 15. It's the parable of the lost coin, and it talks about a woman having 10 silver coins. If she loses one coin, does she not light a lamp and sweep the house and seek diligently until she finds it? And when she found it, she called together her friends and neighbors, saying, "Rejoice with me, for I have found the coin that I had lost." Just so, I tell you, there is joy before the angels of God over one sinner who repents. And when I heard this verse, I was like, oh, I have to share this with my mom, Jeans, because when one new person comes into Momentum, they're celebrated. When one person gives their life to Jesus here, they're celebrated, and that's why we throw our parties. Because the Lord celebrates all of us, not no one. We don't celebrate no one here. We celebrate the life that we find in Jesus. And, I have all these pennies, and normally, besides me, because I'm a college student, I'm super broke, so if I find a penny on the floor, I pick it up. But usually if you see, or like I've had times where I'm in the supermarket and I drop one penny out of my purse, and I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's just a penny. It's not a dime, it's not a nickel. I'm not picking that up, it's just one penny, except for when I'm really broke and I need food that day. But when God sees that a penny has been dropped, he will search for it relentlessly. He keeps pursuing that penny, and when he finds it, he celebrates with all the joy in the world because of that one penny. And it's not just a penny to him, it's us. When we repent, like, there's a party. So that's why we throw our parties. And I don't know if anybody else remembers their first time at Momentum, but I sure do. And I was not celebrated, not at Momentum. I was at Momentum, I was celebrated. But before then, I had just not been, and I really wasn't friendly. I didn't have a lot of friends. And, when I came to Momentum, I was this really, if you look at this penny, it's like, you can't even tell that it's a penny. Like, I was this penny. And people celebrated me. And people were joyous that I were here. And people loved me no matter what. And God throws those parties in heaven. So we reflect those parties here at Momentum because the Lord celebrates us as well. And that's my 5 minutes. I had to end awkward.
I love it. Hey, do you guys celebrate Jules or what? Woo! Jules for the kingdom. Jules for the master.